Welcome, everybody, to Hell Hath No Fury, brand new podcast with myself, Lindsay C, and my lovely friend, Faye, also known as Death Metal Mum.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. So, this is a brand new project where it's basically going to be kind of like an opinion piece, kind of like a quick chat about various things that are happening in the metal world, news, opinions, controversies, with a little bit of metal thrown into the mix at the same time. So,
We're British women. We've got a
yeah,
lot of opinions and we're quite good at giving them. So
yes.
there we go.
Absolutely. So, the first topic that we're going to be talking about on this episode is the Black Sabbath final farewell, the final farewell.
The absolute final, this is the last one ever. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what do we think? What are we thinking on this?
See, I'm going. I have a ticket. So
Yeah.
I'm very much pro this whole kind of event. Um I'm buzzing. Like as soon as I saw it announced, I was like, I need to be there. I
Yeah.
have to be there. It's going to be such a historically huge event for the metal scene, right?
Yeah.
Because given their age and their sort of health issues, it probably is the last time they're going
I
to
would
be
imagine so.
performing,
Yeah.
right? And also when you look at the lineup, fuck me, like just amazing. And as soon as
Yeah.
I thought I need to be there. So yeah, I'm proper buzzing for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the lineup at the moment, and it's massive. You've got Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins, you've got Frank Bello from Anthrax, you've got Papa Perpetua apparently now from Ghost, Tom Morello, Wolfgang Van Halen. You've also got Lamb of God, Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, all these massive names in metal. It's going to be an insane day. So I'm looking at it at the moment, and it's saying that all of these bands are going to be doing like a set, like a featured set.
Mm.
Do you think it'll be like their own material, or do you think they'll be like covering Black Sabbath stuff, do you think, or a bit of both maybe?
That's a good question. I think they've probably known they're doing this for a long time. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
kind of thing, you can't just like it's probably been in the works for like a few years, right? But I reckon I guess it depends on the like genre of the band. I can't imagine Slayer covering a Black Sabbath song.
That would be amazing.
If they did some kind of like thrashy remix, I mean, I love to hear it. I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
But I
Imagine if they covered like War Pigs or something, or Paranoid.
like wow,
Yeah.
that could be quite cool. It could be cool if they did, but I think maybe a lot of them maybe they'll use it as some kind of platform to like release new music or like tease some new stuff because the whole world's going to be watching, right? But I
Yeah.
think it's really cool if they did some kind of tribute.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be pretty cool if they did their own set with like their own material and then ended their set with like a Black Sabbath tribute or something. I
That could
just
be,
can't imagine each of the sets are going to be very long because it's a one-day event and there's loads of people there.
yeah. I saw the lineup and I saw the date and I was like, or the times, and I thought, well, they're gonna have like 15 minutes on stage each. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be like a festival where you get like a
No.
proper set. It's gonna be something more in the way of like musical theater in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, I'm very excited. I'm so excited to go.
Yeah, I'm glad that you managed to get tickets though, because a lot of people seem to have huge issues getting them.
I saw that. Do you know what? I'm just absolutely very lucky to have it's being held at Villa Park, so the home ground for the Aston Villa Football Club.
Yeah.
And my dad is a season ticket holder for Aston Villa Football Club. And they got like pre sales like 3 weeks before the general sale went on.
Nice.
And so my dad was like, I've got 4 tickets. I'll give
Wow.
2 of them to you. And I was like, awesome. Like it's actually a birthday present. Um, so yeah, I'm very happy. And I said to him, he mentioned it, and I thought, oh, if I could get just like a couple of like the cheapest ones, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
be cool. I just to be there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm 33 and will have to stand up for like a million hours, I'll do
Oh,
it.
I
I'll do
know.
it just to be there. Um, and then he was like, no, I've got us gold fucking whatever it's called VIP tickets, and I'm like,
Wow.
and then he sent me a list of what I got involved. And like included, it's like you get free food and drinks, and you get like a comfy fucking padded chair, and like
Oh,
someone
nice.
brings you stuff all day, and like I'm like, damn,
That's amazing.
what a way to experience it. And to be honest, everyone was moaning about the ticket prices. They are expensive. I'm not disputing that. It's a lot of money. But compared to think about a ticket like a festival ticket price,
Hmm.
what you're getting for your money. I mean, the ticket I have costs £750,
Yeah.
which is a lot for one day. I get that. But think about all the lineup you're getting and all the things I get involved like included in that ticket. I don't think it's hideously expensive. It's expensive, but it's not like holy shit. After they went on
Yeah.
general After they went on the general sale because of Ticketmaster's fucked up pricing system, I saw some of the standing tickets for like 2 grand plus.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That
Like
is insane.
that's Ticketmaster just being a massive cunt.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
No, no, that's not normal at all. I mean, what you've said that you've paid for, like the gold package, and you get all of that included, but then also Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, and all these massive bands as well at the same time. When you put that into perspective like that, actually, it was quite reasonable because when I
Mm.
first saw the ticket prices, I was just like, holy shit, no, absolutely not. But when you put it into perspective like that, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
It is a lot of money, and I totally everyone's been like, dude, this like half my month's salary. Like, yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if you can afford it, absolutely do it because, like I said, it's such a significant event.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get why they're doing it.
Mm.
Um, I personally don't think it'll be that great, if I'm honest. I mean, I could be wrong, and I'm quite happy to be proven wrong. I'm not going, so I can't really say much on the matter. But I just can't imagine all of these bands together for it. The whole thing is like what, 12, 14 hours long or something like
Yeah.
that. Doing all these sets. And there's going to be a lot of rushing around. There's going to be a lot of setup to do in between each band. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be like a huge stage production from each band and things like that. It's not going to be a case of that at all, obviously. But there's going to be it's a huge operation. And I hope it doesn't go wrong. I really do hope it doesn't
I
go
get what
wrong.
you mean because it is quite unique in the way, like at a normal concert bands, they set up, they play, and then they tear their stuff down, and they've got some time in between, and then the new band comes on, sets their stuff up. It can't be like that. Like
No.
there's some serious logistics going to happen. But again, I guess you've got all these world famous bands, they're going to have the best crew possible, to
Oh,
help
yeah. Yeah.
and the technicians and everything. So I think that it maybe will take a lot of rehearsal,
Hmm.
but I reckon it's gonna be good. I have I have hope.
Well, I have hope as well because you've paid a lot of money to go.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that I really took umbrage at, and I get that it was kind of like a controversial selling point, I suppose, but like the moment the tickets were sold out, it was then reported that Ozzy Osbourne came out and said, "Well, I'm only going to be doing little bits and pieces here and there," and
Yeah.
then Bill Ward was like, "Well, I'm only going to do it if I can. I'm only going to
Mhm.
be able to do it if I can," which
To me,
I think that was a bit sketchy,
yeah.
personally. I mean. I get that if they said that at the very beginning, they might not have sold all the tickets. But again, because of who it is, they probably would have anyway. I just think that was a really shady move to pull. Like, oh, well, we've sold out. By the way, I'm not actually going to be doing this. I mean, it's advertised that Ozzy's going to be playing his own short solo set before he comes on with Black Sabbath. The
Mm.
guy can't stand.
Yeah. I
That's what
think
I'm concerned about.
yeah, I get that. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but when I saw it, I didn't have high expectations of him doing like a
No.
full set like he used to, because everyone's aware of his health problems, and
Yeah.
I I didn't have any sort of expectations. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's got to sort of announce that afterwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty move. But I think people just need to limit their expectations because he
Well, yeah.
is old and broken, you know. Um,
He's fucked, is
he
what
is
he
fucked.
is,
He's
He's
absolutely
completely
fucked.
fucked.
So this is why I'm pretty sure it will be their absolutely last performance because he can't he can't do anymore.
No, I mean, I would understand if it was advertised as like a literal tribute where all these bands are coming in because at the end of the day, all these bands have Black Sabbath as, one of their gateway bands, one of their inspirations, a band that they looked up to, which is fantastic. And I love Black Sabbath and I love Ozzy
Mm.
Osbourne as well. But I think if they advertised it as a tribute with all these bands coming in and making tribute to Black Sabbath, have Black Sabbath and Ozzy there, absolutely. And maybe bring them out at the end to do a track or two. Don't
Mm.
advertise it as like Ozzy's going to do his own short set and then join Black Sabbath for their set kind of thing. So I can't really see it
Yeah.
happening that way.
The poster is very much Black Sabbath headliner supported by all these other bands. Whereas
Yeah.
it's probably going to be the other way around.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, definitely.
but I get, it's good for selling tickets and it worked. So
And it did work.
yeah.
Obviously, it did work. And I'm not trying to shit all over the whole thing, but I just want to try and remember Ozzy and Black Sabbath as they were.
Mm.
And I don't know, I think I've just got images of somebody wheeling Ozzy Osbourne out in a wheelchair and sitting him up on a throne at the back of the stage, and he oversees everything and everyone's performing and things like that. And I'm just like, don't make a spectacle out of him, please. Please don't.
With the little ramp for his wheelchair.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh no, the poor man. I mean, I could be wrong, and I'm quite happy to be proven wrong, but I don't know. I don't know.
I did. My mum had, her thoughts. I was talking to her about it, and she said, she said, I feel sorry for him, like they're milking him, like
Yeah,
just let him fucking be old and broken. But then I thought, like, who can force them? Honestly, you think about the status they have, the money that money isn't an incentive for them. The status they've got, you can't get any more famous in the metal scene than they are. So
yeah,
you can't force them. There's no one saying, right, you guys have to do this. You can't blackmail them. They're Black Sabbath.
no,
Do you know what I mean? They're
yeah,
doing it because they want to. They're doing it because they know it's their last hurrah, right?
yeah.
So I get why, especially people in my mom's generation who sort of grew up with their music,
Hmm.
they're thinking, oh, poor fella, just let him fucking be in peace.
I
But I
know. Just let him
honestly
be
think,
old.
yeah, but I honestly think it's their decision to do this. I
Yeah.
don't feel like anyone's milking them or like taking advantage of them anyway because they're fucking Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, Ozzy came out and said that he was the one that wanted to do it anyway,
mm,
didn't he? The last time round was it 2017 that was the end world tour with Black Sabbath,
mm,
not including Bill Ward, from what I remember. And he felt like he didn't have the opportunity or the chance to actually say a proper goodbye to everybody, and that's why he's wanting to do it again.
yeah,
So I understand why they're doing it, and I think it will be a huge historical event. But I think a lot of people maybe have high expectations
yeah.
about what it is that they're going to go and see.
I
Um,
also think that working in the metal scene gives you a different perspective and maybe more of a realistic perspective of what's going to happen
mhm,
because we know sort of more about what happens behind the scenes and all the stuff
yeah,
that it needs to get it to work, to get it all to come together.
just like based on social media comments and stuff, I think a lot of people think it's going to be like this huge festival, and
Mm,
I'm like, I don't think so.
12 hours, like look at it. It's not a huge festival. It's a one day. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the I was surprised by the way that the poster they use because it is very much a sort of um we're headlining, these are all the support acts, um festival kind of feel to it. And I've seen the word festival used a lot in regards to the show.
yeah,
And like you said, I think it's quite misleading because
yeah,
it is kind of, but it's not. Like it's 12 hours,
yeah.
13. Um I feel sorry for people who have standing tickets. I mean, fucking
Oh, I
awesome that you
know.
got a ticket, but fuck me, like I'm too old. Like just the
Yeah,
thought of that makes my back hurt. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
I'm the
good
same.
on
I
you.
mean,
If you're listening to this, watching this, and you have a standing ticket for that show, fucking well done.
yeah,
I'll
trooper, an
be
absolute trooper.
I'll be clapping you from my comfortable seat because I'm old.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I'm 36, and when I go to a standard gig here now, it's what, maybe 4 or 5 hours
Yeah.
altogether, depending on how many bands are playing at a show. And my back is in bits afterwards. It's actually ridiculous. I'm 36 going on 86 after a show, and I look up at the balcony or whatever and see all these people sitting down, and I'm like, why didn't I do that?
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
I know,
I
like, God
mean,
damn it.
the worst feeling is when like I did this with me and my boyfriend. We went to a gig a couple of months ago, and we wanted, obviously it's typical, we're most interested in the headliner, and then they've
Yeah,
got like, and then we were like, oh, and then they're like, support to be announced, and like the day before they announced which bands, and there was four opening
four.
bands. The band we wanted to see started at 11.
Oh no.
My heart sunk, like
Yeah,
honestly, like we looked at each other like, we're too old for this shit.
yeah,
Did it, we were fucked the next day, like we did nothing the day after because we're just like, yeah, it ruined us.
yeah,
However, we were troopers. But honestly, if you have a standing ticket for that gig, all luck to you because that's going to
yeah,
be mad and
yeah.
sweaty. It's
Very
July.
sweaty. Oh, I know. In the middle of a football stadium in July. Oh no.
Really, I'm, you know, all power to you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you'll have to let us know how it goes when you go along to that.
Oh well, I'm going to take binoculars and look at the people in the like down there and see how sweaty they are.
Like, I've got this big throne. Thank you very much.
I have this image of like, it's not going to be like this, and I know it. It's a football stadium, but I've just got this image of like a nice big old armchair and like some waiter bringing me food. That's not going to happen, but I can dream.
Somebody giving you a foot massage at the same time,
Just like champagne, just keep it coming. Do you know what I mean?
peeling your grapes or whatever.
Fuck, I'm such a princess, honestly.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, definitely.
I am.
Well,
I actually
it
am.
would be really interesting to hear what, or read rather, what our listeners would have to say about the whole Black Sabbath situation.
Yeah, it's like, what are your opinions on it? Like, do you have a ticket? What are your views? Are you looking forward to it? Are you in the sweaty standing section? Are you in the princess section
The princess section.
with me? Yeah.
Awesome. We would love to hear what your opinion is on that. I mean, the internet is full of opinions when it comes to this. I've seen various different things, but I want to
Mm,
know. We want to know what you think.
yeah.
So, we are going to end this episode with a quick segment on our album of the week, what we're being listening to recently. And what is your album?
The album I'm going to highlight is, and it's definitely not in my own interest because it's one of the bands I work with. I mean, free promotion. Um, they're a band called This Funeral, and they're from
Mm.
France. Crunchy, gooey death metal, all the good stuff. And the album they released it in 2022, and it's called Blood Red Tentacle. It's banging. Like
Awesome.
it's everything you want from death metal. And it got released on my birthday in 2022. Um, and they may or may not have an album coming up this year, which we will be
Hooray.
releasing, which is also crunchy and gooey and all the good things. But
I
yeah,
like that. I like that description. Crunchy, gooey death metal.
shameless plug.
I've just finished writing an album review on it, and that's Whitechapel with Hymns in Dissonance. Oh, that album is just a complete face melter. It really is. Now, they're kind of like death metal, deathcore. I'm really fussy when it comes to deathcore. I can find it a little bit repetitive, but Whitechapel have always done it for me. The breakdowns in this are ridiculous. And it's all about like ritualistic cults, demonic rituals, the seven deadly sins, and things like that. And each track is about the seven deadly sins, and it's just really, really cool. But if you like your breakdowns and your chunky riffs, this one absolutely complete face melter.
I'd say it's one of the heaviest albums they've ever made.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's quite a lot of early Whitechapel in this new one as well, which I
Mm,
really liked to hear.
yeah.
But and the melodies, they're really harsh, but it's very much about, the blast beats and the breakdowns. It's just so demonic and ridiculous.
Thank you
Love
for
it.
joining us for the first episode of Hell Hath No Fury. We hope you enjoyed it. Please share your opinions in the comments because we've shared ours, so we want to hear what you think.
Thank you very much, everybody.